refusing to wave that other flag, so popular among the left, which isn't the American flag. I will wave the flag of sackcloth for humility. We're on the other side of what took place last Wednesday. And I just feel like lamenting. Did you sleep Wednesday night through Thursday morning? I hardly slept a wink. I just had to get up and pen a few things before your scrambled thoughts that I had as I tried to work through some things and watch some Charlie Kirk videos. Let me lament the man who spoke so eloquently, intelligently, persuasively, and unapologetically for the most defenseless people in society. The unborn was ruthlessly gunned down by an assassin. It was an assassination. And like Andy has said to me, it really wasn't because he was a Christian. It was because of his political beliefs, by the way, which were situated on his faith. Mm-hmm. The left blames an inanimate object, not the depraved individual with a demonically driven heart. The spiritual is involved in this. And it's interesting to see how the spiritual plays into the politics. Boy, where you have bad politics, you're going to have some things underneath the hood spiritually which rot. Speaking of rot, after calling him an Islamophobe and racist and everything else but Nazi and fascist, let me lament over the heartless, despicable Facebook post saying, Charlie Kirk was a victim of shooting in a country where he has been inciting violence for years. Kirk is neither a martyr nor a hero. He is the cause. Blaming the victim. They pin the cause on Charlie Kirk and say that he's inciting violence simply for debating issues openly in public in a way that was so hospitable to those who opposed him. Prove me I'm wrong, Charlie would say. And he gave them a forum to bring their point of view into the public square. And simply for having this kind of venue, Charlie Kirk is being blamed for inciting violence when it's the left taking aim literally at him. See, it's on my own Facebook page. When I posted a remembrance for 9/11 and for Charlie Kirk too, one of my major detractors on Facebook put up a mocking, laughing emoji. Laughing. What we see from the left is lamentable. And Charlie Kirk recognized it. He said, at the core of the left's heart, they will use the sword or gun if they have one. By the way, the word gun, I just inserted that. They are very violent. They can't debate. They can't have conversation. So they'll resort to these tactics. They're going to do everything they possibly can to murder this movement because they can't beat us. Didn't we see that literally portrayed before our eyes? They murdered, assassinated a spokesman for this movement. He was advancing on college campuses, persuading young people with his views, being winsome about it, convincing in his argument, because he was a very well-schooled, self-educated man who didn't have to get a degree from college. Appreciated what one person said. When America needed a hero, God sent us Charlie Kirk. Boy, the words of Dennis Prager are really spot on in this occasion. He said, the left doesn't fight evil, but fights, and I'll add in this case, kills people who fight evil. Let me repeat that. The left doesn't fight evil, but fights people who fight evil. Let me lament. As far as I know, Charlie Kirk was a true family man. But let it be said, unlike one person said, Charlie Kirk was not first and foremost a family man like one person asserted. Charlie Kirk, first and foremost, was a Christian. His faith in the gospel of Jesus Christ, he defended so well in the public square and at venues on college campuses. That being said, as Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a Christian, we could say that he was a true family man, faithful to his wife, not a cheater or a womanizer, a wonderful father to his kids, encouraging young people, by the way, to get married and find happiness in the home. As consequential as they were, the same can't be said for MLK and JFK. Better to be a wonderful husband and father than a consequential figure in America. Thankfully, Charlie Kirk was both. I watched Nicole Parker, who's a guest host, or a guest on Fox News, and she really got frank with us when she said, "Are you prepared to meet your maker?" Surprised to hear that, but it needed to be said because she said, you never know when your time will come. I appreciate the words of John MacArthur, because in light of all of this, what we see from his words is now a reality for Charlie Kirk. All death can do to a believer is to deliver him to Jesus. And that's where Charlie Kirk is, in heaven. Question was asked him, how do you want to be remembered? And Kirk responded, if I die? Yeah, how do you want to be remembered? And Kirk said, I want to be remembered for the courage of my faith. That's the most important thing. You see, the most important thing in my life is my faith. And he wasn't talking about some nebulous, vague, ambiguous faith. He was talking about faith in the person, work, and nature of Jesus Christ. I feel for his wife. Oh, I feel for her. What was that Wednesday night, Thursday morning like? Did she sleep? I felt for his kids. And as I lay awake in my bed, I couldn't help but think of those words called Lullaby from Chuck Mangioni's album, children of Sanchez. Please, somebody, hold my hand. I'm scared and feel real shaky. Please, somebody, understand. I just now lost my daddy. Daddy said goodbye today. I miss him so already. I love Mommy very much, but mommies can't be daddies. Charlie Kirk was a good daddy. That mattered more than being the consequential figure he was in a movement that needs to observe, take in what he said to the nation during his full but short life. So what does that mean for us? The left, they will want to silence us. Don't be silent. We still got to stand up with a backbone. The left, on the other hand, would want us to make us act in revenge. Don't go there. But just be like people who simply speak the truth. Speak the truth in love, like he did. Well, I'm just going to put it this way. I'll just wave the flag of sackcloth for humility. And as a follower of Jesus, I need Jesus.